And everybody comes in. Good morning. I'm going to let everything connect for most people, just kind of watching that take place. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. This is the Temple Municipal Court, and we are live on YouTube. So just be aware that this is real court. We are live, and the expectation is that we behave as if we're in court, though you may be in your offices, you may be home, some of you are outside, I can see, and that's all fine. But we want to move through court in a regular pace. I want to go ahead and just give you some basic information before we get started and let you know that when you're given a ticket, sorry, lots of people coming in still. Okay, that looks good. When you're given a ticket or issued a citation, what that means is that you're being accused of something. And when you give a plea, you're giving an answer or a response to that accusation. There are three options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. I want to give you some basic information about how that works, what each plea means and where it would take you. And then I want to give you some options that are available for dismissals. And then I'm going to start working with everybody, okay? So before I do that, there are just a number of people. I've written down the order that people have logged in, but I have not been able to identify a few people. So let me just quickly tell you that if I call your name out, it's because I don't, or call out your device. I'm just trying to get your name clear so that we pull the right file and we've got the right person to work with, okay? So looking on the screen, because sometimes people change it, a gentleman named, Norman, I'm assuming is Derrick Norman. Is that right? I'm asking that person to unmute. Hi, Mr. Norman. Are you Derrick Norman?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I've got you logged in. Thank you. And also looking at some of these left, maybe. Ma'am, I think you're labeled 1+ Nord N10 5G. So maybe that's your internet. Can you unmute and just let me know your full name?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm George Phillips, and I'm standing in for my mom, Miss Dorothy Phillips. She's 98 years old. She's not feeling very well.
Okay.
About the property at 612 in Temple.
So the prosecutor might be willing, y'all are on her docket, and she might be willing to just briefly discuss this with you, but we'll need to reset your case because Texas law is very clear. We can't work with, take a plea from, make an agreement with anybody other than the person who is a defendant.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's even true. I get like 14-year-olds. Their parent has to be here, but their parent can't do the case for them.
Okay.
Imagine. So that's really a protection of Ms. Dorothy's rights, okay?
Okay.
And
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Phillips, and I think we'll let you just briefly talk with the prosecutor to get information, but that's all she's going to be able to do is just a one-way, here's info. She may not be able to do very much of that either, okay? And then what we'll do is we're going to take a court's class. I'll reschedule her based on your information that you gave me. And then we'll just move forward and come back. Do you know, does she have COVID or is it?
No, just her age.
Because there's a timer on the COVID and I want to reschedule out far enough. So, okay, we'll keep that in mind. What we'll do is send an email with that reset to the email that she gave us.
Okay.
And we'll do that later.
That's my email.
We'll do that later today. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Just wait. We'll be with you soon.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Have a good day.
Sir. Yeah, you wait there. All right, or before 10. Anyway, so that one I saw had a few. It looks like maybe some of them just bounced off. But Let me double check. Oh, gentleman named Ayushi Master. If I could get you to tell me your full name.
Yes, Danny Hallmark. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
What is the last name?
Hallmark, Hallmark.
Hallmark. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hallmark.
Yes, ma'am.
Got you down. So I won't lose track of you. Don't unmute again. I'm sorry. I was trying to get that mute to take. Had someone named, let's see, there's iPhone. Two people look like they might be sitting in a minivan. Green shirt. Just give me your full name.
Me?
Yes, give me your full name.
It's Ariana Helt. Ariana Helt.
Got you down. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Held.
you. What did she say?
Oh,
Thank you, ma'am. All right. I had a lot of folks this way today, so I just want to get that clear. Sometimes we have people log in and they were on the wrong day and we're not prepared for them and so forth. So let's see. Stone came in. Good, I got her. HI left. Okay, I think I know. Okay, there's a telephone and it is you're on the phone and I'm asking you to unmute. You're on the telephone and it's 254 number ending in 605. Can you unmute and tell me your name?
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. My full name is Jackson Erskine.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Erskine. We will be with you shortly. I do have your file ready, so just hang on
Okay.
there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let me look. There's nobody else trying to get in that I have this. They have to try again because they're not. So we're just discussing among staff that some folks, actually their device kicked them out and they need to log back in. So if that happens to you, I now have your order, but you need to try to come back in the meeting. I realize you might wait a few minutes, but that's, if you were in court, you would be waiting more than a few minutes. So this is a very efficient platform for these types of hearings. But let me get back to what I was telling you a few moments ago. So I talked to you and told you the plea options, but now let me tell you the direction that your plea take you, okay? So if you plead guilty, you're admitting that offense. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting it and not denying it. It's like a neutral way to say, I want to move forward. I'm not going to comment either way. I want to move forward. I want to do sentencing, but I'm not going to admit or deny it, okay? No contest, not contesting. And then there's the third option, which is not guilty. And we're all presumed not guilty unless we change that by pleading guilty or no contest, or if you're found guilty at trial or not, okay? That's the only way that changes. So if you are pleading no contest or guilty, we move into sentencing. If you plead not guilty, we're heading that case toward trial. And pre-trial, we have a pre-trial that happens. It's online like this. It's meeting today. Some of you were on that docket. And that is a breakout room because the judge is not supposed to be listening in on that kind of discussion, okay? And then we have a second setting after the pre-trial here that is here in the courtroom. And that's a live pre-trial. And you come in and we set your case for trial, hear any preliminary pre-trial motions. There are some things we need to do that are much more geared toward, we know this is really likely to go to trial at this point. So we separate those out so that if it's not necessary, we can be more convenient, okay? So those two are mandatory proceedings. If you plead not guilty, you're coming back to Zoom unless you're on today, and to court unless your case is finished, okay, before that happens. All right, and so if you plead guilty or no contest, we're moving into sentencing. That means payment of fines and costs. These are Class C offenses. I don't sentence people to jail. People can get jail time. You need to know me if you, you need to let me know if you have some jail time that's after the date of the alleged offense, okay? And I can look at it. Sometimes I'm able to work with that a little bit. But what I want to tell you is we also have payment plans. So you can pay the ticket today. You can pay within 30 days. And sometimes you can qualify for a payment plan that's longer than 30 days. There's a fee that gets added. So we try to kind of push you for 30 days to save you some money, okay? But we can work with you if you're being straightforward with us, okay? So if you just pay it and go, it goes on your record, all right? But there's still, before you do that, you can know today, if you have not already entered a plea and had it executed, you can pay, you have 4 options for dismissals. They are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Now, let me tell you how they work briefly. Compliance dismissals are cases that can be dismissed. They can be dismissed if you bring the situation under compliance. Not all cases can do that. There are certain ones designated by law. An example would be if you had your blinker out, you thought you put your blinker on, but it turns out you had a bulb out, okay? That can happen to anyone, okay? But you get it fixed, you come to court on time, you show and prove it's been fixed, you get a dismissal with a $20 fee instead of paying the whole ticket, and it doesn't go on the record. A registration is a little more complicated, but that's another one that's pretty likely. What is not available is if you have insurance that was in effect after the stop, okay? Or if you have, for example, you did not have a driver's license, but now you do. State law doesn't allow for a dismissal of that. If you literally having one, not if you had an expired one, but if you don't have a license and then you got one, there's not a dismissal for that. These are frequent questions, so I'm just going to put those out there. And then probably the third question I get, let's see, insurance. Oh, if the license is invalid at the time of the stop and you get the license valid, there's no outright dismissal. Now, we have some local programs, they're very limited in scale, where we allow certain types of things to go ahead and be dismissed based on the prosecutor's preference, Ms. Warren, and I agree. And so all of those things, what you can expect is that I will walk you through those. You don't have to know them all. You don't have to know the way they work, because there's probably about 20 of them. And I've studied the law, and it's my court, and the law says the judge shall. So I will walk you through those and try to get you dismissal. You have to be on time to court for any of those. They're all required, okay? So if you miss your court date, if you just don't take care of business, there just isn't that reward, but there may be other options, okay? Now, the second dismissal option is on like a speeding violation or a moving violation. If you qualify, you can take a driver safety course that's qualified under state law for ticket dismissal. And we'll put all this in writing for you, and your driving record, okay? So you got to pre-qualify, get it done, get it turned in, and I sign a dismissal. A little bit more about how that program works and why you should be interested, okay? The first one is what's near to my heart, which is safety, okay? People like to complain about things like that course. Oh, I had to take a course. But here's the thing we know. When you get a ticket, you become part of a statistic. And that statistic says you're more likely to get in an accident within 3 months of that ticket. So we know that if you get a driving course done, that statistic for you shrinks down to what it was before you got the ticket, okay? And if you're in the 25 and under group, you're the leading group for death and dismemberment on Texas highways. Texas is #1 for killing people, maiming people. It is a serious problem. And we're not higher because, well, seriously, because we're better, but we're not higher because we have a lot of people, okay? That statistic is a distribution, a properly done statistic. So the size of the state was taken into account. It's because more people die here. That's why, okay? So I care about that a lot. And you'll find me kind of pushing a little, hey, you want to do the class? Because I think the class works. I know it works. It's provable, okay? And here's where another reason you might be interested. It stays off your record if you do it properly, okay? And you save money right up front. So let me explain how that works. Every ticket has a court cost. Every ticket has a fine. When I give you a number, I give you that whole number, okay? In the driver's safety course option, you pay the court cost because those are mandated by law. And I will put the court's fine on hold. Lovely. I will put the court's, people don't do things like that on purpose, but I will put the court's fine on hold. The state cost doesn't go to Temple, it goes to the state of Texas. We remand that down to Austin, okay? And they do whatever they do. But if you go ahead and pay that cost, you get your course turned in, get your record turned in, dismiss your ticket, doesn't go on your insurance, doesn't go on your record. I waive the fine. You don't pay it, okay? So you save money. When you take the numbers into account, paying for the course and the record and the court cost is cheaper than paying the whole ticket. That is by design because we know the course works. Okay, so consider it if you're qualified. I will pre-qualify you. I will look and see, can this person get into that first tier of pre-qualifying? Do they want to do it? We've got to figure out when you can pay court costs. We also need to see license and insurance, okay? And then we're good to go. You get it done. You get it turned in on time. It has to be. And I dismiss, okay? Consider it, if you will. The third option is called a deferred disposition. A deferred disposition is exactly what it sounds like. Deferred means delay. Disposition is to dispose of, okay, to make final. You give me your plea. You request a deferred. If I grant it, that's what we do. And you get a dismissal. Let me back up. You have to ask. I'm not supposed to be providing that directly. Like, I'm not your advocate. You have to tell me. How do you tell me? Guilty or no contest. I don't have an opinion about that, but I'd like a deferred. It's really simple. Texas courts are unique because you can ask the judge directly. You can also ask the prosecutor. When you move to a Class B or greater court, you cannot ask the judge directly. You must confer with the prosecutor to ask the judge, okay? So now you know something. Lawyers sometimes get that wrong because they're usually in those higher level courts. But in a Class C court, you get to ask if that's what you want to do. Now, I was supposed to presume that you already knew that when you logged in, but I know a lot of even lawyers who don't know that. So I explained that one for you. I'd like a deferred along with your plea. Guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. That simple. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I always grant them. I'm very open. If you ask, I usually will, unless I see that I just can't get you there. What will be required is you've got to sort out the fines and costs. That's unique to every individual. You probably filled out a payment plan application or a financial affidavit for the court. I use that in sentencing, so it's really good if you filled it out already because it allows me to move faster for you. Sometimes I require a course. Sometimes I require a record. It's going to be tailored to the offense. So if it's a theft, we're looking at a theft class. If it's a moving violation, we're looking at a moving violation class. It's handy where the other first two don't work. So if those first two, don't work, the dismissal outright for compliance, the driving course. The third one is deferred disposition, okay? Your fourth option is teen court. you have to be enrolled in high school or the equivalent, or middle school or the equivalent. So I'll be driving that one too and pushing a little, because if you do a team court, you successfully complete it, you have to do it and be on time. It goes off your record. You save quite a bit of money. Your parents aren't going to be required to just pay for you. You'll be required to do things to earn a dismissal that are related, like the driving course, to make sure that we don't see you again anytime soon. Okay, so that's how all 4 of those work. Now we're really going to get rocking. Okay, I want to introduce the city's prosecutor to you, Ms. Nicole Warren. If you could wave, Ms. Warren, thank you. Everybody see her. She does not work for me. She works for the state of Texas. She does not represent you. She represents the party that filed the offense. So if you're in the pretrial room, just understand she's not your advocate. She's a very nice person, but she's not your advocate. She can give you certain information, but cannot give legal advice. So what she will tell you is, if you try to ask her for legal advice, she'll remind you that she can't do that. She understands that very well. And just be aware that she's friendly, but she's not going to cross that line. Okay, so just be aware, and y'all will meet, and then you will come back in this room to talk to me again, and we'll see where we're going with your case. Okay, and I'm going to open that room and start with the first person logged on was Todd Garner. And so, Mr. Garner, thank you, sir. You will receive an invitation. Trying to find you in my list. There you go. And you just click on that invitation and you'll be in that room with Ms. Warren.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to begin. And let me just, I think I had one more login. You're on the phone and you're labeled 254 number ending in 180. And I'm asking if you could unmute and just please let me know your name. And I'll get back and see if we can be successful in a moment. But I will move forward with Kelsey Benson logged in first. Ms. Benson, if you'll unmute, if you have the capacity to do video, please do, because it really will improve the situation. Hello, I'm Judge Person. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, Kelsey. I'm looking. I did get your plea and your request for team court. Where are you enrolled in school?
Rosebud Lot
Okay,
High School.
yes. And what grade are you in now? Are you a sophomore, a freshman, a junior?
I'm a sophomore. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So you've requested team court and there was an accident. I did get your plea and I have accepted your plea. Team court, we require a $20 fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes.
We are requiring a course that's online that will be geared specifically for your age group and for, the circumstances. And you'll take it at your own expense. None of these providers work for us. We don't get anything from them. We just vet the good ones and put them forward for you. So what I would say to you is that course would be due in 30 days and you can do it online. And if you can get that done and turn in everything turn in that certificate of completion by October 12th, I will dismiss your case. How would you agree to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the next question, and I know where y'all are located out there in Lott. We need to get you to come in today, just briefly, to sign your paper with your parent and pay your $20 fee in cash. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
And what time will work for you and your family?
Anytime will be just fine.
Okay. When you get off this call, you can just head over because we'll have everything at the front desk ready for you. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
any clerk can help you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to let you go. Do you have questions before I do that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you.
Got one more coming in. And thank you. All right. So my next person is going to be Acre Lopez Cruz. And Miss Lopez Cruz, if you will unmute while I am getting your file pulled up. Sorry, I should have wrote that down. We had some calls. People were having a little trouble today. So I know they're going to be late, people, but I'll explain more to those folks when I get to their turn. I'm not going to redo everything. Okay, so Lopez Cruz.
Yeah, I'm here.
Great, thank you. That helped a lot, actually. So this is a sale of tobacco to a minor. Thank you for being on time to court. I did receive your plea of guilty. It looks like you're looking for a payment plan.
Yes.
And you proposed a pretty high amount. I don't have a big problem with that. But
I can't hear you.
I can lower it. That would work a little bit better. Let me just, I actually show that I should be ordering community service. So I can order community service instead. And if I did that, it would be 15 hours. I would give you 60 days. What is your reflection on that?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
No.
Okay, you're hearing that part, so you can hear some of it. There's some interference that when you unmute, I can hear, and I think it's creating a problem. Is there a fan? I don't know, I'm not really sure.
Is that better?
Yeah. Better for you?
I can barely hear you.
But I have my volume all the way up. Do you have yours all the way up?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I will keep trying. You're hearing me, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
Right, well, you're responding though.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want a payment plan or do you want community service?
And it was 15 hours?
Yes.
I can take the community service.
Okay. You will need to come to the court to pick up your paperwork. I will order community service. It needs to be picked up today. There's one document to sign.
Mhm.
When will you get here?
I get off of work at 2.
Perfect. We'll see you then.
Okay.
Ms. Warren, I see that you have met with Mr. Garner. Can you tell me if we're heading to trial or to a resolution?
We've resolved that matter. Mr. Garner changed his plea to no contest, and he stated he can pay today.
And that's on the MDR?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Garner, you can pay online by logging
Okay.
in. If you need help with that, check the city's website under the municipal courts tab first. If that's not helpful, the phone number for the clerks will be there and you can call them and they can help you understand anything that you need to, okay?
Okay, is it just paid off the case number or the ticket number?
Should be the ticket number, but there's a little bit of information there that tells you how that needs to be entered.
Okay.
Okay, and it's not a moving violation, so.
Okay.
It has no effect on your deferred either, and that's working just fine.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Ms. Warren, your next person. Okay, very good. Is Edwin Deathridge. Mr. Deathridge, let me find you. Great, there you are, sir. And so I will send you an invitation to this meeting. And then the next step is you click on that. After any discussion with Ms. Warren, you'll come back to this room so that I know what the ultimate bottom line is, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And so my next person then is going to be Jason Thrasher. Mr. Thrasher, if you can unmute, and if you have video available, let's grab that video too. I have you logged in twice. Sometimes that's a problem. But let's play it by ear and see how it goes.
I can see my cell phone screen and you and a list of other people. If you can't see me, I don't know why.
No, I can see you fine. I have you also logged in perhaps on a phone.
Oh,
There's two devices.
okay. Let me turn this off then.
Sometimes,
I got this on my home computer. I'll my phone off.
yeah, sometimes it doesn't create a problem, but it can cause your video to slow down. It can cause
Yeah.
your audio to be something I can't hear. It can cause problems for your proceeding, and I just want to be as effective as I can. But it seems like we're
Okay.
Yeah, this is working fine. I turned it off on this end.
Okay.
So I think we're good to go. Let me admit this person that's coming in late. I've seen people, I don't know why we're having bandwidth. People keep logging out or getting disconnected, but sometimes when the meeting is big, we don't get as we're just hanging on by some kind of Ethernet thread. So, Mr. Thrasher, this is an open container charge, and
Yes.
I did receive your plea. And excuse me, I just want to give a quick look at everything. You asked for a payment plan, and I can grant it. I'm showing no income whatsoever at this time, which is understandable given your doctor note. And I can take all of that into account. I am looking, and I would be able to, due to your medical situation, which I don't need to talk to you at length about, the doctor note is sufficient. I can enter your plea, which was no contest, I believe, for guilty. And I actually would then be required to order community service, taking into account your medical condition. I don't feel that I could then order community service, and therefore I would waive your fines and costs.
Okay.
And so you will be finished as of today.
All right.
Okay, so good job getting everything to me ahead of time. Makes today go more quickly for you. And so you are done at this time, but I have accepted your plea, entered that plea of guilty. It does go on the record, but there's nothing else for you to do.
Okay. So
Okay.
I don't know anything.
You don't owe any money, no.
Can't hear you.
Okay, and your video is slowed.
Okay.
You don't owe any money as of today. Let's see if I can chat over with him real quickly.
Can you hear me?
Yes. And I just,
Hello?
yes, I can hear you.
I couldn't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Okay, and you're frozen on screen. So we'll have to call him after the proceeding. Yeah, it just ended.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, great. I'm waiving your fines and costs due to your health conditions, okay?
Okay. Appreciate that.
Okay, I think he heard me. Let's call after him. Thank you. All right. Sometimes we're just doing the best we can. I know that happens for people as well as for the court. So Angel or Angel Compost, if you could unmute, please.
Yes.
That's Mr. Avias, but I'm looking for Angel Compost.
I'm right here.
Very good. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't see Avias. I did mean to ask about that. So, Ms. Compost, good morning. I'm Judge Person.
Hi.
Are you hearing me? I probably need to just
Yeah.
ask that. Great. I'm glad. All right. That's relief today. So I do have a list of your charges and then your plea on each of the cases. And where are you in school?
I go to school and academy at the Bell County Alternative School.
Okay. And what grade are you considered to be in?
It's a 12th.
So you're a senior?
Yes.
Okay. And you have requested team court, which I will grant. It's your first time here. I do have a couple of questions first. Do you have or are you in the process of obtaining a driver's license?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you in that process?
Let me see that paper.
And Dad can talk about this with us too.
She's in the process of doing the online courses right now. And we have the documents here that show that.
So my question next is, I thank you. I just recognize that strip. I look at those every day. So that's
Yes, ma'am.
on the way. When do you anticipate her receiving that license?
Well, we're hoping here pretty soon in the next few months or month or, however, whatever we need to do, to get her to finish through with it, to accomplish it and complete it.
Can it be accomplished within the next 30 to 45 days?
Yes.
Okay. That can be one of the things that you do for teen court. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's talk teen court. For each case, there's a $20 fee. So that's $60. Can you pay those fees today?
Ma'am?
Can you pay $60 today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next question is, so the DL we're going to get, let me get that date. Hold on just a moment. Let's see, we've got 30 days, November 2nd. Just due to getting that DL. Okay, I want the driver's license, a copy. It can be the provisional one, a copy to the court by November 2nd. We're going to put all this in writing for you, okay? Now, was the vehicle that you were driving insured?
Well, at the time when I sent the information over to my insurance company, because I own a plumbing company, so I have commercial insurance. Well, because I didn't take the vehicle down there to get the pictures, I had just sent all the information down there. Well, they didn't cover it because they didn't take the pictures. So basically it didn't get covered.
Okay, and was there an accident in this case?
Yes, ma'am, there was.
Okay, so y'all are sorting out that issue.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have an attorney taking care of a few things with Allstate or whoever their insurance company is or whatever.
Okay, is she considered liable for the offense?
was it her fault?
Yeah, she was cited for it.
Yes, that's what, yeah, basically they're saying she was the responsible person for the accident. It was her fault.
Are y'all looking to make the other party whole to help them get?
Yes, yeah, that's why I'm saying I got it, because they sent me a letter. I forked it over to my attorney and they're taking care of it, whatever issues we have to do, if we have to pay or whatever needs to be done. So I'm just waiting to hear back from my attorney, and then, we'll straighten it or hash it out however way we need to take care of it.
Okay, what I'm gonna need two things on the insurance case, because for each case, we're doing a sentence, okay?
Yes,
On the insurance, what I need is proof that that is resolved.
yeah, which is the car, because the vehicle, I finally got an estimate from somebody to fix our vehicle, so I have to send it in to get it fixed.
Okay,
And then once I get it fixed, then I'm gonna take it down to my insurance where I have my commercial insurance with, and I'm gonna have it insured through my insurance.
okay. So what I need is proof that that's resolved
Yes, ma'am.
and proof that there is now insurance that would cover her driving.
Right.
So in that case, those two pieces of proof. And then on the fail to yield the right of way, and I want her back on screen too, you can be here, but on the fail to yield the right of way, there's an online course called Alive at 25. And you'll take that course, and I need it by the 2nd of November as well. Okay? So if you turn in, it's 4 things: license, current insurance, proof of resolution. Those are all things you're going to do anyway. And then a course completed and turned in all by November 2nd. I will dismiss all 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And once all this is dismissed, it won't go on her driving record, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you know what you need to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all do need to come over to the
Yes.
court lobby, pick up your paperwork and pay those 3 fees of $60 total. And that does need to be in cash.
Okay, we'll be down there in the next 10, 15 minutes.
You guys need to come.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ms. Warren, I see you and Mr. Deathridge have been able to confirm. And let me ask if we're heading to resolution or to a contested docket. I'm so sorry. I would ask you to unmute. Thank
My
you, Ms.
apologies. Yes, the case is resolved. I offered a deferred, and Mr. Deathridge can pay today, no class, 90 days.
Okay, that 90 days will end December 9th, and I will work with Mr. Deathridge to complete his paperwork and let you move forward. Mr. Deathridge, just hold on a moment. We're going to work out how we're going to get you resolved, okay?
All right, thank you.
So everything will be done today. Ms. Warren, your next person is Dorothy Phillips. She's actually on phone. Let me find her. Oh, goodness. Maybe she got. I'm not seeing her right now. Hold on. Dorothy Phillips, are you here? Had a lot of technical problems this morning. Miss Warren, there she is. I see her in here. Let's see. Let me just find her. There we go. I hope you can hear me, Miss Phillips. You're being asked to join a breakout room for your hearing today. I've sent that invitation. Miss Phillips, there you are, Mr. Phillips. No?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Let me explain to Miss Warren what's happened. Miss Phillips is, how old is Miss Phillips, Mr. Phillips?
She's 98.
Is 98, and she is sick today. It's a code case. I told Mr. Phillips, he's her son, that you wouldn't be able to negotiate or resolve the case the court is going to take a pass. Because it's code, I thought he might need just some information of the expectation that the city has for the property, if you're able to give that minimal information. But Mr. Phillips understands that you can't give legal advice, you can't negotiate with him. It's kind of a one-way street of just here's information, and then we're gonna reset the case and give her hopefully time to get well. Mr.
Okay.
Phillips, Mr. Phillips, you understand the limits today, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I
He
do.
does. Thank you. He does know, Ms. Warren, that he cannot represent his mother. So, Mr. Phillips, if you'll join that meeting with Ms. Warren with those limits in mind, we'll let y'all move forward for a bit. I'm going to
Okay.
reschedule the case, and we're looking at the court's docket, and I'll have a date for you, probably the 28th of September. But we'll
Okay.
finalize that when you come back in and let you know. But I will send the email to her via the email account that we have on file. Thank you.
Okay, that's my email.
I know. I know,
Okay,
but we have to,
All right.
let you know,
okay.
even if you're the one helping her clean up the property, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's been cleaned up.
Okay, talk with Ms. Warren and we'll come back in and we'll confirm that date and then we'll stop with that case for today.
Do I need to come in today to confirm it, or will you
Do
send
you-
an email?
What you need to do right now, no, you won't need to come in because you can't represent her. You need to click on the invitation that I sent you. It's on your screen.
This says join.
Yes. Exactly. Okay, I think he is going over because, yeah. Thank you, Ms. Warren, for your patience with that matter. I need to call some names and just check and see if people are here. But before I do that, I'm going to work with Mr. Deathridge. Mr. Deathridge, I can email you the deferred documents. Are you able to print and sign it where you are and send it back to us?
I am, but if I'm going to pay the fine, I could also print it out, sign it, and bring it in today.
Either works for the court. If you're able to, this type of document, if you can print it, sign it, send it back, we can finalize it that way and you can pay online. If you
Okay.
prefer to come in, we can do that either one. Tell me what works for you.
Well, if you want to send it to me and I can print, sign it, and pay it online, that would be great. I just need to know the online address to go to pay it.
Okay, if you do a word search for Temple, Texas Municipal Court, you'll pull us up. We're on the City of Temple's website.
Okay.
And it will, that front page will have the information for where to start clicking. Wait till we get your document back or you get your document in from us. I signed it right now.
Okay.
We're emailing it over to you. Once we email it to you, then it's properly set up in our payment system so that it doesn't trigger a conviction, which I would then undo, but I would rather just have it go in the right way. So once
Okay.
you receive the document, it's set up right, and then you're good to go.
Okay. And I send it back to the same address that I receive it from?
Absolutely. And if you have any complications, you call the clerk's desk and they will either fix it with you or they will come get me if there's an issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deathridge. You take care. Okay, that's his. Okay, if I'm calling your name right now, it's because I think you're not here and you need to tell me. If I don't call your name, you don't need to tell me. I already know you're here. So Jasper Kopich or Coppage. Tyrone Foster. Tyrone Foster, are you here? Robin Nelson, are you here? I see you. I see you, but there's interference where you are. I don't know if it's your device.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Okay, Mr. Jessica.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I barely can't hear you.
Yeah, you took your earphones off.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, you've got to put your earphones in or it's just not going to
Hello?
work. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I see you there. Thank you for responding. And you are Mr. Kopich?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay, great. I almost counted you absent, so I'm glad I checked. You're going to be next on your hearing pretrial, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Try to get positioned where there's no background noise. And also try to position yourself so that you're not moving around once your hearing begins with Ms. Warren. You'll be
Yes,
next.
yes,
You
yes,
are
ma'am.
next.
I do that right now.
Okay, you're next
All
in
right,
line. Yeah, you're next in line for Ms. Warren's docket.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so get ready. All right. Tyrone Foster, I think I just called you. And also, Emily Stone is here. Great. Great. I see you. All right. Another question I have, I've asked it before. On the phone beginning with a 254 area code and ending in 180. Can you respond, please? Phone ending in the number 180, please answer. I really can't have a hearing.
Yeah.
There you go. Hi, what's your name?
Kobe Ratliff.
Great, thank you, Mr. Ratliff. I saw you earlier, but I think you went to a phone or something.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm not used to this stuff, so.
Right, it's usually harder on the phone, but we will do our level best to understand you and work with you, okay?
Okay, you do see me, don't you?
No, sir, I don't.
You don't.
But I can
Okay.
That's halfway there. Why don't you work on that? Your turn is not next, but it's coming up. So if you want to work on your video, that's fine. I'm going to keep talking with people who are ahead of you in line, but I'm glad I've got you identified. That's half the battle. Half the battle.
Okay.
So if you do something and get disconnected, just immediately dial back in and I'll let you back in.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Great. So moving forward, let's talk to Tinley Stone.
Hi.
Hi, Ms. Stone. Tinley. Let me get your case pulled up. And if you'll sit tight for just a minute, I'm going to ask Ms. Warren to give me the lowdown, as it were, on Dorothy Phillips's. Were y'all able to convey information?
Yes, I asked for compliance by the next court date, and I'll follow up on that.
Okay. Thank you for being so generous with your time on that. I know that we have to be very careful with our state ethics requirements, and I know you do that. So, Mr. Phillips, I'm sure she made it clear, and I'm rescheduling Miss Dorothy to be on the next meeting. You can be with her, but you can't advocate for her, but you can help her understand what's going on. And so we're going to do that September 28th. Thank you.
Oh, so it's the 28th, Mr. Phillips. I had November 3rd. So, but it's the 28th.
So if that's going to work for the state, November 3rd will work fine for the court.
Okay.
Okay, so it is November 3rd. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Do you have any questions? Thank you. November 3rd. Not really. Are you hearing me? You have to unmute. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay.
You're allowed to come and bring your mother to court, but we'll have to see her if we need to meet in person on November 3rd. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Ms. Warren, your next person is Jasper Kopich. He is on the phone. Let's see. And I'm not sure if he can get to video. I'm not sure. He thinks that he can, but Mr. Copage, you'll need to click on the join. You'll need to click on the join or the button that just presented an invitation to you. And you'll be taken to a meeting here. No, I don't know. That sounded like he got disconnected. Yeah, he has admitted he's definitely having issues with technology. So I will keep him next in line, but move to Emily's, I'm sorry, yes, to Emily Stone. And we'll see if Mr. Copage comes back in.
Yes.
Thank you. And if you can get visual as well. Yeah, I will work with Mr. Stone.
What's going on?
Yeah, you're having technical problems is what is going on. Just hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. We'll be with you shortly. Okay. And I am working with Tennille, is it Tennille or Tennille Stone?
Henley.
Henley, I'm sorry, we have a typo, maybe. Let me see why we did that. Somebody typing far too fast. Let's see, let me look at that. Yeah, on the ticket it's Henley. I think it's just a pure typo. And so good morning. Where are you enrolled in school, Tinley?
Lake Belton High School.
What grade are you in this year?
11th.
Okay, great, getting there. So it's called a failed to control speed. That does not mean you were speeding. It usually means you had an accident and just couldn't control the vehicle such that you avoided the accident. And we do have teen court available. I did receive your plea of no contest and your request for teen court, which I will grant. My first question on teen court, well, first I would ask you, you understand your plea?
Yes.
Okay. And with teen court, there's a $20 fee for each case. It's just the one case. Can you pay the $20 fee today?
Yes.
And the next question is, what I will do is order the class. It's called Alive at 25. And it will be due December 12th. And you can take it online. Is that a possibility for you?
Yes.
Okay, you will pay for that class, but if you do everything, fee the class, your case gets dismissed and you don't pay the $265. Okay. So you'll save a lot of money because we really want to save. You heard me at the beginning say 25 and older or and under is my top group for death and dismemberment, right? That's your group. And if you take that and say they got a ticket, they're in the highest group. When you add the accident, you're in the super group of more likely to get in an accident, get killed than anybody else. So I want that class pretty quickly, okay? I've taken it. It's an interesting class. It can be interesting, but you just have to get it done, okay? So y'all are gonna come up to the court now. Is that appropriate? Can you get here?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you shortly. I'm so sorry. I said December 12th, I meant October 12th.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, clerk. Madam Clerk was helping me. I'm thinking December from the last gentleman, and I wrote 10, but I didn't say it the right way. So apologies for confusion. October 12th for the Alive at 25 case, okay?
Okay.
Okay, y'all come on over safely, and we'll see you at the counter, okay? Thanks. Let's see. We did Angel Compost. Derrick Norman. Great. If you can unmute Mr. Norman while I pull your file.
All right, I'm unmuted.
So you can, yeah, thank you so much.
No problem.
Give me a quick moment. I'll be right with you.
All right.
Okay. No. I might be getting feedback. Hold on. Sometimes. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, Mr. Norman, there is a rubbish charge from July 28th. I did get your notes about it. I need to remind you that I'm not able to throw cases out. I can work with you, but I can't just throw cases out. If you're contesting the charge, you would be pleading not guilty and talking to the prosecutor. If you're accepting the charge, then your plea of no contest would be acceptable. But I would sentence you. I wouldn't move you to some kind of way to just throw it out, because I don't have that capacity. No judge does. So you understand that no contest means you have the consequences, correct?
Yes, that's why I chose no contest.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to confirm, because when people say no contest, but I'm not guilty in their paragraph, I just want to clarify that we're on the same page. So very good. Now, moving forward, and I guess I'm wondering, how do you make a living?
I have small jobs that I do. So I don't have steady income, but I do small projects. So that's what I use to bring in a little bit of money. But right now that's it. So
I can order community service in your case. And it's 17 hours. And I'll give you 60 days just due to conditions right now. And that's November 9th, okay?
yes,
Now,
ma'am.
I recall you live in Heights. Are you able to come over to the court, sign and pick up your paperwork today?
I don't know if it'll be today, but I know I can come for sure Monday before close of business day.
No, you're misunderstanding me. Either you're going to receive it by email and get it back to me today, or you're going to come over today. We have to resolve.
Email would work best.
And you can sign it and at least take a photo and email it back signed.
Yes, email will be fine.
Okay, great. We'll do that. Thank you.
No problem.
All
Thank
right,
you.
that should be coming your way shortly
Okay.
to the email that we have on file.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Helt, Ariana,
Yes, ma'am.
give me just a moment to get your file pulled up. And let me review it quickly. Okay, the charge is a minor in possession of alcohol.
Yes, ma'am.
If you pay that, it's $296. The state law requires that if you are convicted, I must suspend your driver's license for a period of 30 days and order that you take an alcohol awareness class.
Yes, ma'am.
If I accept a plea of guilty or no contest, you would be eligible for teen court.
Yes, ma'am.
would still require the class.
I understand.
Because I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, no problem.
We emailed documents to you yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. I don't have them printed out, but I do have them pulled up.
That's okay. Now, you are 17, so you're not required to have a parent, but do you have?
Ma'am, I'm present.
Great. I was just about to ask.
Okay. Hi, good morning. This is Gina Lampkin, Ariana's mom.
Gina Lambden. Thank you, Miss Lambden. Okay, so just to walk you through the papers, the first paper, it's got a number 1 at the bottom.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is called the Magistrate Warnings for Juvenile. And first I need to confirm you are 17 at this time?
I am now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You were charged with the offensive minor in possession of alcohol, which is a Class C misdemeanor. You have the
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
You have the right to have hire an attorney to represent you. You have the right to have an attorney present prior to and during any interviews and questioning by peace officers or attorneys that represent the state. You have the right to remain silent. You are not required to make any statement, but any statement made by you may be used against you in court. You have the right to stop an interview or questioning at any time. Do you agree that you understand these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about them?
Am I able to do teen court?
Yes, but I have to give you these warnings first. I have
I
to
understand.
define your first. Do you have questions about those rights?
No, ma'am. I understand them.
Okay. Mom, do you have any questions about the rights?
No, I understand.
Okay. And I'm just going to sign those off as verbally given in court. The next page just says your address, and
That is correct.
and that one is labeled 2, and it's called. Does it really have? It's called statement or change of a residential address.
That's to my address.
Okay, and I don't like you to read your address out online with people looking, but is it your address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the reason that we do that is because the next page, which tells you that you have a duty to keep your address current. This is page 3. You have
Yes,
the
ma'am.
duty to keep your address current at all times until your case is completed, okay? And completed means either a balance or a dismissal, whichever is appropriate for your case. And so the way that you do that is you come to the court or you email the court and you let us know if you move, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The next page, number 4, and that one tells you today we're going to have a court order at the end of it, and you're required by law to follow the court order. And if you don't, you can be held in contempt, which can be up to a $500 fine and
Yes, ma'am.
a denial of your driving privilege, as well as a potential suspension. So do you understand that consequence?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand once I make an order for teen court, you have to follow it or you can be held in contempt.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
Let me give you a moment to read it, okay? Mhm. Yeah, I can let them in. I don't always interrupt everybody for it. They just have to wait.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready to continue.
Okay. The last form, it's 2 pages, and this one is called Official Notice of Expunction Rights. And it basically tells you that if you're convicted, in other words, something happens and you don't receive a dismissal through teen court, if you get convicted prior to turning 17, I actually don't know, she's 17.
I just turned 17 on the 24th.
Gotcha. This got generated because your offense at the time of the offense, you weren't. So what it tells you is at 17, if you were underage, you complete everything, you're zeroed out, you can go ahead and ask that it be removed. For an alcohol offense, I
Can we
believe-
do that still? Or do we have the opportunity of doing something like that in the future?
let me just tell you that because, and that's it for out what I was saying, and then I'll answer your question. But let me complete what I need to tell you. At 21 is when you do that for alcohol related offenses. Okay. Okay. So to get to your question, ma'am, if we successfully complete teen court, it won't be necessary to do that.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there any, I'm a straight A student and I applied for schools and I got into Baylor and everything like that. If there's any way that I can get this off my record, I'm willing to do anything that I need to do.
Teen court will do that. Tell me one quick question or answer. You said you got into Baylor and then you kind of went out. So what were you telling me?
They do record checks and everything like that, and I have worked so hard. I'm a straight A student. I'm actually enrolled in the TBI program, which is a middle college. So when I graduate high school, which I'm in my last year now, I'll have an associate's degree, and I would really not like this to affect my future.
Okay. What are you trying to do with your future?
I want to be a chemical engineer.
Okay. Teen court will allow you to not have it be a conviction on your record. If you get to the point where, even though we dismissed it and it's not on your official record, there is a record that you were stopped. Okay.
Yes, I understand.
And I can't erase that happened. Okay. It really happened.
Yeah.
But the answer to your question is pretty complex. But generally, what I can tell you is if the actual stop is causing a problem, and it can usually for like doctors, nurses, lawyers. I don't know about chemical engineers. I can't advise you on that. I honestly would be surprised, but I really can't definitively tell you.
I understand.
If you find that you need to get the stop expunged, my court doesn't do that at this time. Now, when you're 21, I don't know if I will already have jurisdiction back of that or if it will be at the district court. But you can apply to have that stop expunged at a district court here in Bell County.
Yes, ma'am.
The rules there generally are if you were not on community supervision, which you are not going to be, because we don't even do that in a class setting. Okay. So I don't believe that it's going to cause you a hiccup. But I use the word belief because it's not a legal opinion when I say that. It is literally saying, I haven't seen that. I don't think so. But you would need to verify with an attorney that represents you. Now, I'm set to go teen court with you today. Do you want to delay and meet with an attorney first? Or do you want to move forward, get teen court going, get it done, and get this dismissed off your record?
Yes, ma'am. Because, yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mom, are you in agreement? I mean, you're here, you're involved.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there's a $20 fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me just take a quick moment to confer with the case manager for juvenile cases. Because I think I know what I want to do, but I just want to verify she's in agreement because she gives me an opinion and legally it's appropriate. Hold on one second and I'll tell you what she said because you probably won't hear it all.
Thank you so much.
Would you recommend that or do you think so? Yeah. I think it hits it all. She doesn't have to under a deferred. If she got convicted, she would be required to do something else. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. Okay. So we have this course alive at 25, and I really like it because it hits a lot of things that are like great for someone about to go off to college, frankly. Under state law, I'm required to do an alcohol course. It does hit that target. in the teen court setting, if you were to not complete it and get convicted, then there's a different course, okay? So I just want to, I don't think I'm going to have a problem getting this back from you from what I'm hearing. If something went completely differently and you got convicted, we'd send you notice that it's not this course, it's another one to do. But this is a high quality course. It's cost the same. It's not about that. And again, these companies don't give the court any money. You're paying them for the course because it's a course that we think is high quality. So what I would ask is, I'm going to look to get that course from you October 12th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, y'all need to come by the court to do the payment.
I have a question. Can I come by myself, or does she have to be with me?
You're 17, so you can come by yourself.
Okay,
As
then
long as your license allows you to drive by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, you can come here and get that done at the window, and you'll have a copy of everything. And we'll actually have you sign those forms. You'll just sign above where I wrote Zoom. Okay. And we'll put them in your file and give you copies of everything as well.
I have a question. What about the suspension?
You won't have a suspension if you complete this, and your record will not reflect the suspension because the court is we bypass that and do something that we think is more effective as long as we're getting good results.
Thank you so much.
Let her know that you made that let her know, because it doesn't work out like that every time.
I really I really appreciate you. This is the first time I've ever been stopped and anything ever, and it wasn't even mine.
Yeah. Well, that happens. And so part of what you have to do is get really used to especially with friends, but
Thank you.
But family too. You really need to quiz people and say, are you holding anything that shouldn't be in my car?
And I was at work too. I got stopped in my headlight because it flickers, and
you've gotten that repaired.
And I had it repaired. It cost me $600.
Okay.
But yeah, no, and I tried to explain to her, but I understand given the laws and everything that she's responsible for giving me a ticket, and I'm just so grateful that we worked this out and going to work it out.
Good. I look forward to hearing what your thoughts are on the class. It is a class I went to. I've gone to all the classes, just about, that we sentence, and it's a particularly effective one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you need from me?
To come here and get your paperwork and sign and pay the $20 fee in cash and get your Arrive at 25 paperwork. So you know
what about after you complete the class?
After I complete the class, is there anything else I need to do? Do I need to come and bring you the certificate?
Yes.
Okay. I have been trying to make an appointment. I have all of my paperwork. I've tried to go and get my actual license before this whole thing. I currently have a permit, but I have all of my paperwork, a past driver's test, but they have not given me a final copy. So after I complete this, will I be able to make an appointment with the DPS and get a full license?
You can make that appointment now. This is not preventing that.
Okay, that's what you need to know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good day.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Health, you have a good day and be careful. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Warren, I believe you were talking to Ms. Stone.
Yes, Your Honor, that case is resolved. Ms. Stone will take a defensive driving force.
Okay, let's see. Just give me 1 minute. Which case are we on with Ms. Stone? Is it the speeding charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So thank you. There are court costs, and they are $144. Can you pay those today?
Not today. I just started a new job, so I should get my first paycheck on the 10th, which is tomorrow. So I should be able to pay that online tomorrow.
Okay, you need to email over to the court to get an extension to tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll grant it, but I need an email from you.
Okay, I'll send that now.
Making that request, and then we'll look for you. Are you coming in from Moody to go ahead? You'll want to come in and sign up, pay your fees. License and insurance need to be shown tomorrow.
Is
do all of your paperwork.
Is it possible that I do this online only for the fact I've been sick the past 2 weeks? I've been COVID tested twice, but I still have bronchitis and I don't have a sense of smell. So I just want to err on the side of caution in coming in.
Yes, the answer is yes. Email over for the extension.
Okay.
And then we'll actually email you the paperwork, get it filled out, send it over, and then tomorrow, and you can send over your insurance, your license, your paperwork. And then tomorrow, it's just a simple matter of going online and paying the fee.
Okay, perfect. I can do that.
Okay, excellent. Now, a quick question. There's a $20 fee for your registration to be dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get that tomorrow too.
Yes, ma'am, I will pay that.
I'm gonna allow it. Okay. I'm just making notes for your file.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the next question, when is your community service due?
November 30th.
Okay, excellent. Just make sure it's a nonprofit. I've been having problems with people skipping that.
Okay.
And that's still gonna stay as is, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Stone. Get well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, Ms. Warren, I've had Jasper Copage go in and out. Let me just see if he's here. There he is. Hi, Mr. Copage.
Hi, ma'am.
You need to join the meeting with Ms. Warren. There should be
Yes, ma'am.
something on your screen. It's now your turn, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Click on join.
I don't see anything yet, ma'am.
Okay, well, I sent it and it won't allow me to resend it. So either you click on it, I don't know if you don't see it, or you leave the meeting. Okay, or you leave the meeting right now and come right back in. So I would suggest that
Okay, leave and come back in. Okay, yes, ma'am.
right away. He had some problems and it just didn't take him off the invite. So I'll ask for your patience for just another moment. Tyrone Foster, are you here? Robin Nelson, are you here? Miss Warren went off. Whew. She probably did. No, that. Okay. Okay, he's connecting.
Hello.
Hi. What is your name, please?
Hello.
Yes, hi. What is your name, please?
Aiden Gillian.
Okay. Give me a moment to work with you. You're very late. We'll need to talk about that. But thank you.
No,
Mr.
I was on there and the connection had cut out. I was on the video call and the connection cut out.
Okay, I got it. I'm not kicking you out. I'm just saying I wanted to talk to you. It's okay. Just relax. Your time will come in a moment.
Your Honor, Mr. Kopich never joined the breakout room.
He just got reconnected. So he's back in. Mr. Kopich?
I saw him leave. I'll go.
Okay. Here he is again. Did she log out? Okay. Mr. Kopich? Mr. Kopich?
I keep hitting okay, ma'am, but it won't go through.
Well, I'm hearing you now.
For some
Okay,
reason, okay.
okay, just relax and join the meeting. There's a join button. He went in. There he went. He's in the meeting room this morning. Okay. It's quite a morning, a lot of technology problems, I think on multiple levels. My next person is Ariana Helt. No, did we do Miss Helt already? Yeah, I remember, I just didn't cross it off. And Jackson Erskine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, Mr.
Yes,
Erskine.
ma'am. I'm here.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, and you are 16. Who is your
Yes,
parent?
ma'am.
Who is your parent that is
My
with
mom's with me.
Hi,
Ma'am?
this is Amy Erskine.
Hi, Miss Erskine.
Hi.
I don't need the year, but what is your month and day of birth?
Mine or my
Miss
mom?
Erskine, who I was talking to.
Oh, hi. Yes, it's June 25th, 1976.
Okay. All right, I'll try to proceed. Mr. Erskine, there's a speeding charge. It has fines and costs of $259. You have requested teen court. It's only one. That's right. I can grant teen court. There is a $20 teen court fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
And was there an accident? I don't think there was, but I just want to verify.
No, ma'am, there was not.
Okay, you'll have a course to take. It's going to be due October 12th. It will be at your own expense.
Okay.
But we'll accept your $20 fee today. Can you come by the court today?
Yes, ma'am. Is there a possibility I can come after school?
Yes, but you do have to come with your parent.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's going to work for y'all? After school?
After school, yes.
What time do you get?
And is it at the same location where we came before?
Yes. What time do you get out of school, sir?
I get out at 3:35.
Okay, we'll look for you around 4-ish. And bring your.
Okay.
He goes to school in Rogers, so it'll be.
It'll be a little bit. I go to school.
That's fine. Listen to me for a minute, okay? I'll need you to bring your
Yes, ma'am.
license. Listen. License, insurance, the $20 fee, your parent, okay? And we'll do everything at the front desk and you'll have copies, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Mom, do you have any questions?
No, thank you very much.
Thank y'all very much. Okay. Toby Ratliff, if you can unmute. Mr. Ratliff, can you unmute? Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Toby Lee Ratliff, 5/10/75.
Okay. And there is an expired motor vehicle charge, registration. There's also a speeding charge, another vehicle registration. One was June 20th, the other of 2018. The other one, February 16th of 2016. An insurance case from June 20th of 2018. And also another vehicle registration charge from June 17th, 2019, speeding from June 20th, 2018, failing to display the license June 20th of 2018, another failed to display the license June 17th of 2019, and then a final charge of not coming to court on that June 17th, 2019 case. I did receive your plea papers on all cases. I will accept your pleas at this time. And give me just a moment. Let me review the jail paperwork that you sent me so that I can make a decision, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We actually got your jail paperwork because, well, I don't remember why, but we thought we should check there. So I pulled that paperwork because it honestly will help you. And it may, just a moment, it may be that I can just give you jail credit and we can be done, okay? Yeah, just hold on. Okay, please are accepted. Give me a moment. Okay, Mr. Ratliff,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm able to take the jail time that you received and credit your cases, and that turns into a zero balance for you at this time.
Of you. Okay.
And so your cases will clear. I think we have, do we have any? Okay, he is indigent, so we are waiving. The holds on your license are additional fees. I am waiving them because you are indigent.
Yeah.
I agree with you, what you wrote me. So that will take a couple of weeks to clear. You're clearing with this court now. The state hold on the license, we will send that today or tomorrow. That will still take a couple of weeks for DPS to clear. They have quite a backlog, okay? Mr. Ratliff, okay?
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yes, sir. Could you speak up, please?
Yes, that's a blessing. Thank you very much.
Yes. Now, to find out when you've cleared with them, you can go onto the DPS website. You can look up your situation through your numbers of your license or ID or both under the Texas failure to appear. If you will do a word search on Texas failure to appear, once you see your cases move from open to closed, you'll be able to go get your license unless there's anything else standing in the way that isn't about us. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, Mr. Ratliff. Do you have any questions?
I do not. You have a great day.
Thank you, sir. You too. Thanks for that. Ms. Warren, I know there's been a lot of technical trouble with Mr. Copage's technology, but were y'all able to have any interaction that was meaningful?
We are headed to trial on that case.
Okay, Mr. Copage, we will see you November 3rd at 1 o'clock. That's your next setting, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much and good luck to you. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thank you, ma'am. I'll see y'all.
Yes, yes, sir. Ms. Warren?
Am I done for the day, ma'am?
Yes, you're done for today until
Okay.
November 3rd. Ms. Warren, I have checked repeatedly for the remaining 2 people on your list. They are not here. With the thanks of the court, you're free to go today, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. This is paperwork. And I am moving forward with Delma Brunson. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm all right.
Okay. There's a
How are
note.
you?
Sorry,
How are you?
I'm well. There's a no driver's
Okay.
license charge. It's from August 17th, okay? And we're here on that
Yes, ma'am.
charge. And I did receive your plea of guilty and a request for a payment plan. Is that still what you're asking?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Let me ask you a quick question, because I've had you here before with no license. What's holding you back from getting a license?
Well, Miss Pearson, the thing about that is I did have a license before when I was 25.
Yes.
And it was the very first license I've ever had. So when I got that DWI, they had took my license from me. So when I go to, in 2017, when I go to get a new identification, they had my birth date mixed up from my grade, from when I was born and everything, from February 1st to February 1st, 1973 is my original birthday. And they put it, when I went there to get a new ID, they had 13173, and I explained to them that was not my birth date. I had to bring in, I had to go to Bell County to get divorce decrees showing when I was married and divorced. And I believe I went to the high school, well, the administrative office, and got a transcript. But they still said that they had to put that birth date in or whatever. So what is this? This is September. July, I went to Austin because DPS said I had to get it amended. I turned in all that work. I went to the hospital. They gave me my medical records that were sealed and stamped, turned all that in, even the divorce decrees or whatever, and I'm still waiting on that to be mailed back to me after they do the correction, and I haven't received anything yet on that. I had caught a second DWI almost 2 years ago, and they took my, actually, when I was supposed to go get my license back from the first one, it was like a day before that I had got pulled over. So they knocked it back off. I had to take the repeat offenders course for the DWI, completed that or whatever.
Hey, I need to ask you a question. Are you driving?
No, I'm sitting.
Okay.
I'm at my job. I'm at my job.
We're looking around, and so I thought, oh boy.
But
okay, keep going.
So I have just hadn't went and got it redone, and I'm really trying to, before I actually have to go get an ID or a driver's license, I need this false birth date corrected. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a birth certificate?
I have an original birth certificate from Milam County with the gold seal on it, my footprints and everything.
They have that too, because I didn't hear you list it. They got it from you, right? Copies?
They don't have that. What they want is the one that comes from the municipal courts, the municipal court, and it's got the wrong, ma'am.
Municipal courts don't have birth certificates.
Not municipal, but the
district.
I had to go there. I had to go downtown to the old water place where the court was in the basement or something like. I mean the county clerk or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's got the same wrong birth date on it. I went to Cameron, Milam, and they got the same wrong. I was born with a twin also, a brother, but he died 3 years ago. So somehow it's been, every time I've been stopped, I've never gave false information about who I was or my birthday. So I really don't know why they got that birth date on there. So I'm in the mix of waiting for them to mail my corrected birth certificate so I can do it the right way. Because if not, it's affecting my unemployment because of the 2 birth dates. It's affecting it. It might eventually affect my taxes. I don't know that, but I had to get that done.
Okay, I have a suggestion. And what I'd like to do is wait. You've stayed on time with the court. You've been doing your part. And I think we should give it 60 more days and see if we can then do a deferred. Because you've been on time, you've been really honest, you've gotten everything we needed on time to court. Clearly you're on it. If I enter conviction now, I think it might trigger more consequences. And I would think that it would just be better to wait 90 days to December 9th and see if you can't get, a little more like lined up before we get going on this. Okay. So I'm going to email you an extension to sign, and that'll be it for today. Okay. But then I think what we need to do is, reset you and come at this another day.
Okay, so the woman told me, excuse me, the woman told me the fee.
Yeah. There'd be no fee right now.
Okay.
Okay. And I have determined that you're indigent. So once we get going on this case, we're looking at community service. So the fee thing, you just need to understand that we have programs. Okay. But what I need today is your signature. We'll email it to you and you just get it back to us today saying, you have a court date, December 9th. Okay.
Okay. Can I come down there?
You can. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Pierce.
Thank you.
They try to go on that online, there's only 2 spots.
Just one more. Okay. Can they get in one November 9th? Yeah, we can.
So I'll let them know that and I'll email you.
Yeah, just change it. Just cross it out per judge. Okay. We have a technical problem with the paperwork. So, mechanic Compost.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I did receive the information you gave to us. Thank you. What we are doing is looking at the payment plan and we review your information.
I had sent the very first time I did it, I sent over my information and it's all still the same. I could make my monthly payment tomorrow, and that's why I had emailed them because I knew that I could pay it on the 10th and I knew that I was due on the 5th, and I just didn't want to, this is my first time ever getting into trouble and stuff, so I was kind of like, I don't want to get in trouble for being 5 days late.
Yeah, no, you did right. You always need to contact the court. But let me ask you a quick question because I did get your email. And
yes.
I don't think everything is the same because right now your spouse is not able to work because he's injured.
He currently, sorry about that. He went back to work. He's fine.
Okay. And so we're good.
Yes, ma'am.
Remind me what your payment plan is once a month. You're paying $70?
My payment plan is $85 a month, but I've been paying $100 a month.
Okay. We'll keep it at 85, but we'll reset you to begin again tomorrow.
Okay.
And I just need a signature on that. And then it'll all be fine.
Okay, so the payments will now be due on the 10th of every month.
Will that be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll email that to you. You can print it, sign it, and email it back unless you want to come by the court.
Yes, ma'am. I can get it emailed and sent back to you guys.
Okay. We'll email that here to you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All good. Okay, moving forward. Aiden Gillian. If you'll unmute and we'll talk.
Yes, ma'am.
Morning. Are you on a phone?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. Who is the parent that is with you?
My name is April. I'm his mother.
And your last name, Miss April?
Gillian, sorry.
Okay. All right. And I'm sorry, just the day and the month of your date of birth. You don't have to give me the year. Miss Gillian?
9/14.
Thank
Oh,
you.
mine. 3/4.
3/4. Okay, thank you. The charge is minor in possession of alcohol. The costs and fines, if you pay it, are $296. If you are convicted, you would owe the $296, and also I would be required to suspend your license for 30 days for the first offense and order an alcohol-related class for you to take. Failure to complete the class results in a 6-month suspension of your license. So I just need to make you aware of that. You are a first offender as far as I can see. Is that correct?
Ma'am.
This is the first time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I want to make it your last, okay? And I did receive your plea of guilty. Are you pleading guilty today?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. My next question is, did you receive the paperwork that we sent to you? The email?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Yes, we received it.
Have you been able to review that paperwork?
Yes, we have.
The first page are your magistrate warnings. Do you understand those warnings?
Ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So I'm trying to keep it simple because we're on a phone call. It's not optimum for me. The first one are your magistrate warnings. They read that you are charged with the offense of minor in possession of alcohol. You have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You have the right to have that attorney present prior to and during any interviews or questioning by peace officers or attorneys representing the state. You have the right to remain silent. You're not required to make a statement, and any statement you make may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to stop any interviews or questioning at any time. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, do you understand that he has those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you come in today to do your paperwork, we're going to need to get your signature on that document. The next document, The next document confirms that you live on Kingsbury Drive in Temple. I don't want to give your actual address out. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you'll sign that document when you come into court to the clerk's desk, and we'll work on that in a moment. The next page, labeled number 3, actually tells you that you have a duty to keep your address current until your case is completed. And that means completed means that you are either having a zero balance or a dismissal, whichever actually is the case for you. Do you understand that duty?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. The next page tells you that after today, we'll have a team court order, and that order must be followed, and failure to follow your court order can result in you being held in contempt, which can result in the imposition of a fine no more than $500, and also a suspension or a denial of your driver's license until you come into full compliance with the court's orders. Do you understand that consequence of failing to follow a court order?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And then your final document tells you that if you have a conviction before you turn 17, and in this case 21, if you receive a conviction before you turn 21 of an alcohol offense, you can have that removed or expunged from your record when you turn 21. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
Okay, let me go back over that. So if you receive a conviction on an alcohol-related offense before you turn 21, you can apply to the court at 21 and have it removed from your record.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, all of those documents, read them before you come to court. We emailed you them yesterday, but you'll need to sign when you get here. Now,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can- yes, now I can do teen court, which is a $20 fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes.
Okay. When you come in, you'll also sign your documents, and we'll be doing a class called Alive at 25. And that
I'm
is,
sorry.
there's a class that he's going to take as a condition of the teen court.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand, Mr. Gillian?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so when you come in today, you'll sign off saying that that's due by November 9th. And
Okay.
you'll have to get it done. It's an online class that you will take at your own expense.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so y'all need to head on over.
Okay. We'll be
Thank
there
you.
shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much by phone. Okay, I'm next working with Mr. Hallmark. And then Hi, Mr. Hallmark.
How you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. Let me look at your file for a moment. Okay, on one case, we have a disregarding a warning sign or a barricade, and that is not scheduled until October 20th for the pretrial docket. We're talking about the rest of the cases, okay?
Okay.
Okay, give me just a moment.
All right.
I do accept your plea on the driving while license invalid as no contest. And you have other cases with amounts owed. And give me a moment to review your paperwork from your payment application.
Okay.
Just one moment. And you're paid every week?
Ma'am?
And you're paid every week at your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you pay rent of $200 every week?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you do that when you don't make that?
Excuse me?
How are you doing that when you don't make that money?
It's pulled out of my check.
Oh, okay. And so when you're paid, it's already been removed?
Yes, ma'am. Pull that out before I get paid.
Okay. Do you have any children living in the home with you or dependents?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I can order a payment plan of $25 a month and I will do some reductions. Do you have other bills? Because actually I'm showing that you could pay more than this.
Ma'am?
Yeah, I'm showing that you could pay substantially more than $25 a month. You could pay at least 50
How are you showing that?
because you have income of $723 a month and you have one bill of a cell phone plus food that you pay. You didn't list any other bills. You left blanks. Do you have an electric bill?
No, that's paid.
You have a water bill?
That's paid.
Okay. Do you have medical bills that you're paying on currently?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you pay monthly to and to whom?
It's Baylor, Scott and White.
And what do you pay monthly to them?
There's no set, just whatever I can come up with. I have a cellulitis in one of my legs. I've had it off and on. It just don't seem like it's going away. I've had it for like 3 years.
Okay.
I've got pictures of
No.
this is what I owe to. You can't see that?
Yeah, no, I don't need to see it. I don't need to see that. Do you pay for car insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the amount that you pay?
What is that? What does that come out to?
Like 177 or something like that.
177
For your car?
for a truck that I can't even drive. I mean,
Okay, that you are driving?
no, I can't. I don't have a license.
Okay, and so you don't have gas expenses at this time, but you normally would?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There's
And-
I'm trying to clear this up because where I'm working requires that I drive, because we also have a place in Caldwell that I work. And I have to get somebody to run me back and forth. So we use that Tahoe for that.
Okay. Just one moment. Just one moment.
Okay.
Well, I understand your predicament, but these cases have been pending since 2015, and you have not effectively worked them out. So, I can work with you on it. But, so far you're here, which is good, but, you filled this out incomplete. And I'm trying to get it filled out with you now.
What was that?
Listen for a moment and let me know if I ask the questions, because my answer to you is if you don't fill this out, then I'm not going to work with you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have childcare expenses?
No, ma'am.
Do you have cable that you pay?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any other bills that you're paying that you have not told me about?
Other than groceries, what are the bills?
Do you receive food stamps or any other assistance?
No, ma'am.
Are you the only person with income in your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if I take your monthly income and I subtract your phone bill and I subtract food and I subtract gas in case you need it and I subtract your car insurance, what else do you have? What other bills?
That's all I can think of right now.
Do you pay Scott and White regularly?
No, ma'am, not regularly.
Okay.
Just when I've got it left over, then I'll take care of it.
Have we tried doing this service?
Ma'am.
I asked the clerk a quick question.
Okay.
She's checking your file for me.
Okay. When you and I first met on this, you had sent me a payment plan for $30 a month. But at the time, I didn't even have a job. I didn't start working until 2 years ago today.
Okay. that's not what my records indicate. So anyway, I will try community service. And
What
see
does
if-
your records indicate?
I'm sorry.
What does your records indicate? Because I didn't start working until 2
I'm
years
not gonna get
ago.
into a dispute with you, sir, but I've never had
Go
someone.
again.
Okay, I can disconnect you if you don't want to work with me. If you're gonna throw up your
I'm
hands.
trying to work with you.
No, you're not. You're trying to get mad at me and pick a fight. And believe me, you will not win. I can order community service.
I don't have time for community service. I'm on call 24/7.
I have an option to order money paid or community service. You don't pay. I'm willing to try community service. You're not willing to do it.
Set me a payment plan and I'll pay it.
Your answer will be jail. Which do you want? Those are your options.
Okay, I just said, set me a payment plan and I'll do my best to pay it.
I've tried that. You said that before. I'll
You
try
did-
it again. I'll try it again. What are you paying today?
What do you need from me today?
I'm asking what you're willing to pay today.
$100.
Sorry?
$100.
Okay.
I just sold a stove last night. I'll give it to you.
I would go with 50. $50 today. And then $25 a month. You can always pay more and get this over with faster. That's your choice.
In the meantime, can I apply for a hardship license?
That's your business with DPS, but I'm not releasing your license till this is done. I've been trying to get you to deal with this case since 2015. You can take it or leave it. You need to come by the court and sign for your payment plan.
I'll see you in a minute.
Can you ask her for the reduction?
Take your attitude and leave it at the door when you get here. Ms. Reeves, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Today.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We did send your documents to you yesterday. Speed that up, do it earlier.
I could barely hear you.
Have you had a chance to review the documents we sent to you?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I could barely hear you.
Yeah, this is gonna take a long time if you can't hear me. I hear some background noise there.
Okay, I can hear you a little bit.
Can you turn off whatever I'm hearing? It's like a TV or a.
Okay. Autumn, can you turn off the TV?
Turn
it down.
Okay.
Shut the door. Okay.
How old are you today?
I am 17 years old.
Okay. And do you understand the warnings on that you heard me mention earlier, the right to remain silent, the right to hire an attorney, the fact that any statement you make can be used against you, the right to stop any interviews or questioning by police officers at any time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that you need to keep your address current with the court at all times until your cases are completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you living on Parnell?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You understand that after today, we will have a court order and you must follow your court order.
Yes, ma'am.
That failure to do so would result in a contempt charge that could result in additional charges and a suspension and hold on your license.
Yes, ma'am.
And then finally, if you receive a conviction today, you can have it removed from your record once you complete your cases or case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's a theft charge, failing to pay for services, and the costs and fines are $296. I understand that you have entered a plea of guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. we can do teen court. If you did teen court, you would pay a $20 fee, do an online course at your own expense, and I would dismiss your case from your record, keep it off of your record, and you would not pay the balance of $296. Do you want to do that?
So I would have a course and $20 fee, but I would not have to pay the whole 200. Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying.
I would love to do that if that's fine with you.
It's preferred for me because I know I can get better results with you that way. I have a question. Are you enrolled in school?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you go to school?
Belton High School.
Okay. And can you pay the $20 fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
And then class will be due on October 12th. It's an online class in theft intervention. Okay.
October 12th. Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to put all this in paperwork for you to sign, as well as those documents I talked to you about. And we'll need you to come to the clerk's window, sign everything, pay the $20 fee today, and bring your school ID. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And come over and do that shortly.
Tell her
In about
yeah,
30 minutes.
40 minutes.
Next 30 or
That'll be fine. Where you came before. Okay.
the same place where the clerks are at.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
October the what?
And the
October 12th, and it'll be in writing on your paperwork too.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Get your class done after today as soon as possible. Turn it in and be done with this. Put it behind you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you soon.